Hi, my name is Abahi and I'm a claims adjuster. In this video, I am going to go over how to spot hail damage on a vehicle. So first, do you see hail damage? And you'll see that most hail damage is going to be marked by a circle. Now the vehicle I'm working on is a Nissan Maxima. You'll see that I'm out here at an auto body shop. There's other cars around. There was some hail that hit this vehicle. There was a hailstorm recently. So what I'm asking here is like, what do you see? At this point, it was a little dewy in the morning, and so I did go ahead and take some pictures, but they're not in the exact order of when I found the vehicle. Now, on this slide, you see that little indentation right above the words "look close." You'll see just that little indentation. There's like it's a misstep or like it's not a fluid picture. There's right there in that little center. There's a hail mark, and it's just a small indentation. It's oblong shaped. You can tell sometimes people might try to hit their own cars with hammers or golf balls, and they'll be like perfect indented shapes, but you can see that one's a little oblong, and that's what we look for to identify hail from marks made by other objects. This is the vehicle of the roof. There was a few spots marked that I actually already wiped off. There's one there in the front, one closer towards that, what is that, a Challenger in the back, and there's one more closer to this Chevrolet in front of the Challenger. You'll see a close-up on the next slide, but then this was the mark up front. That's what I was saying that was closer. Uh, there's the mark up front, too, that is circled. Now let's take a closer look at that. And you can see the repair individuals, and this is from a rental car claim. So that one of the rental car companies submitted this as a claim, and they have it at the body shop right now. And this is what either, let me move. So you can see here that either the rental car company or the mechanics or the body shop circled this particular spot. Okay. And when they circled it, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, well, I see this. I see the pink circle, but where's the hail damage? I mean, this was before I wiped anything away. So when you're looking at this and there's no dew on it, or even with the dew, where's that small indentation that I just mentioned up above? You see that indentation right there at the top? Now, when I look here, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what are they identifying as hail on this mark? And as an adjuster, you're going to want to stay on guard, because repair guys are in it for the money, and the more damage that is done to the car, the more they can charge in labor hours, for example. You have to be on guard, and you have to be at the forefront of knowing how to identify damage and looking at all the spots that are already marked. But you can clearly see that there's no indentation on any of these photos here. Or on the other side of the roof, okay? On the other side of the car. This, I believe, was the passenger side, so now we're on the driver's side. Again, I'm looking, standing by the back driver's side door. So you can see on the other side of the car, next to that white vehicle, you can see where I wiped off that circle. And then here, again, you can see at this angle, too, well, okay, I'm not seeing an indentation like I saw on that first picture. And so when I ask, okay, well, what damage do you see when you take it away? There's no indentation. There's no indentation. That picture, that cloud above it, I mean, there's no that like waviness like in that first slide. There's none of that waviness. So where do you see this hail damage? And they want to charge the insurance company for this. And this is why insurance rates raise, because people apply damages that just aren't there. Or they try to get charged, try to company pay for things that really aren't there. And this can be considered soft fraud. Yes, there is some hail damage on this car, but it's not in all these marks that they made. So let's take a look at this slide. I'm still standing by that back door, still standing by that back driver's side door, and I'm looking at these marks. Where's the hail damage? They have it circled. They have it nice and circled, but where's the hail damage? And we're looking at this corner, this down in the left-hand side, at the far left. That's the pictures of these three rings. Where is that hail damage? And I can't find it. So it makes the relationship between myself and the repair shop off to a rocky start, because how can I trust you when you're marking things that aren't hail? Maybe you didn't do this. Now look at this hail damage on this passenger side mirror. You can see that there's some, okay, the pattern of the sky, that reflection isn't clear. You can see there's some waviness on this particular spot. All right, so now we're looking at the trunk of the car. And again, you see that the picture isn't nice and fluid. You can see that there is a spot of hail here in the back, and you can see that there's just a disruption. That picture isn't very fluid. The vehicle hood, and there's at least some spots that I can see just looking at this photo. You can see on that the one that's furthest to the right and lowest to the bottom, closest to the bottom, there's that little small indentation there. But the one in the middle, maybe not so much. The ones at the top, maybe there's maybe a little bit of damage. So now this is the car completely cleaned. You have the front bumper, the driver's side, front windshield. Okay. Now I have the picture, same picture. Now I have it turned. It's clean. Now I have it turned to the side. Give you an opportunity. Do you see any hail damage? Do you see any hail damage that the repair shop did? This is before I wiped the car off. This is before. And you can just see that there's no indentations on inside any of those circles. None. No indentations. You look at this on this photo, that one on the left, there looks like there might be a little indentation. So you want to take multiple photos. There might be a small indentation there. And then this is the fourth circle. It's not, this wasn't in the other picture, but that fourth circle definitely has an indentation. Close-ups of these two. No hail marks, but I would say, okay, the other two had those indentations that we look for when we're trying to identify hail. So if you're an auto adjuster, watch this video again so that you know you're not the only one that experiences mechanics who get a little bit happy with their markings. And you also want to use this if you're not an auto adjuster, maybe for interviews too, so that you know that what you're getting yourself into. That you know that the repair shops, the mechanics, no matter how friendly they try to treat you, they're not your friend. They're trying to take money from your company, and the goal of your role as an independent adjuster is towards your principal, or who is employing you, so which is going to be the insurance company. It doesn't change your pay rate whether there's hail markings there or not. However, if you get a file review or a file examined and you approved all of these markings, it's not going to look good for you as an adjuster. You have to make sure that you are doing your job and not worried about trying to be friends, especially with these auto body mechanics whose goal is to grab more money from you. So keep that in mind. That is all for this very short video. I hope it does you a world of good.